delegation. A sign of the importance of the U.S.-Ghana relationship is the fact that our three most recent presidents visited here as President of the United States. President Clinton, President George W. Bush, this is a bipartisan support for Ghana, and again, most recently, President Obama. In his first visit to sub-Saharan Africa, he came here and spoke to you in Ghana. And when he did, he said, "I see Africa as a fundamental part of the interconnected world, as partners with America on behalf of the future that we all want for our children." For our children. Today, on behalf of the Congress of the United States, I'm deeply honored to address you and to reaffirm that partnership. Today, we reaffirm the message of friendship delivered by then Prime Minister Nkrumah to U.S. Congress 6 decades ago when he said, quote, "The friendship which today exists between the United States and Ghana will endure so long as our two countries exist." That friendship endures because of the people. We are blessed in America with over 200,000 Ghanaians who are just a vitality to our country. And it will endure because of the future. The future is well served by our Congressional Black Caucus, led by Congresswoman Karen Bass, which is on forever figuring out how to increase a better relationship, a more productive relationship between the United States and the continent of Africa. And so here we are on this special day. The Congressional Black Caucus, though, has worked ongoing to advance progress between our two countries and progress for Ghana, securing resources to alleviate poverty and power economic growth, leading the way on legislation for trade, sustainable development, and strong economic ties through the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act, championed from its start by our distinguished Mr. Clyburn. But in your appreciation of Terry Sewell being a member of the Ways and Means Committee, I see you recognize the strength of that. That's the Committee of Jurisdiction for Trade. And fighting the scourge of HIV and AIDS through the partnership in PEPFAR, but other approaches the Global Fund, led by Congresswoman Barbara Lee. She's the champion on that in the Congress. Our delegation is deeply moved to be here. As you know, this marks the 400th anniversary, and as I mentioned, today in Jamestown, Virginia, that acknowledgement will be made. But we are so excited about being here in the year of return. The year of return, we solemnly remember the horrors of that terrible atrocity. What a beautiful gesture of your president, President Akufo-Addo, to declare the Year of Return campaign, to turn the memory of such a horrible event in the grotesquely tortured. At Cape Coast Castle, we stood before the door of no return, where countless millions caught their last glimpse of Africa before they were shipped to a life of enslavement. Being here has been a transformative experience for all of us, even if you had been here before, because of the chronology of it. I said to the speaker earlier, we have the deepest, from the bottom of our hearts, the deepest appreciation for his hospitality to help us to make this all possible. But also, our souls have been touched by what we saw there, transforming how we go forward. These profound places are a sobering testament to humanity's capacity for great evil, and also a helpful reminder of the capacity for great resilience, renewal, and strength of the people. Indeed, there are two of the tragic sites where we went. We saw two of the tragic sites where the journey of African American experience began. this is where the African American experience began. There are other sites, but these two are two of them. And that makes them heritage sites for the history of the United States of America. We are very, very connected. During this solemn commemoration, we celebrate the contributions of generations of African Americans and of America's connection to Africa. Indeed, Ghana played a pivotal role in America's civil rights movement, right, Mr. Lewis? Standing as a spiritual symbol and a source of great hope in the fight against discrimination and segregation. That is why, when the clock struck midnight on March 6, 1957, so many Americans, including Reverend Martin Luther King, gathered on then soon to no more the Polo Grounds to witness the Ghana become the world's youngest nation. Dr. King would speak of that night in his profound sermon, The Birth of a New Nation, when he spoke of the lowering of the Union Jack replaced by the Pan-African colors and the black five-pointed star, of the elders and the children alike who swept through the streets of Accra calling out, "Freedom, freedom." Dr. King saw the success of your independence and struggle for independence and for freedom and said, quote, "Ghana tells us that the forces of the universe are on the side of justice." Freedom, freedom. Forces on the side of justice. Exactly what is on your seal. Freedom and justice.